So establish a motivation for the entire retreat, recognizing this opportunity to receive the teachings and meditate on them is extremely rare, and rejoice. Every single sentient being, including myself, wants happiness. And to achieve happiness, we need a great store of virtue, which we have the opportunity to generate right now during this course. So generate bodhicitta. Really wanting the happiness and freedom from suffering of all sentient beings. Determined to cultivate loving kindness and compassion for them all, without exception. And think that all the virtue that we accumulate during this retreat will dedicate to all sentient beings, being able to connect with the teachings and themselves follow all the stages of the path to enlightenment. So think how the author, Thogme Zangpo, was a famous Arya Bodhisattva. He was a great practitioner, and he wrote this experiential text to accumulate merit and dispel obstacles. He pays homage to Avalokiteshvara, the master of the world, particularly praising him for realizing that all phenomena lack coming and going. So while coming and going do exist, they only exist in dependence on causes and conditions. What does not exist is coming and going that is independent or inherently existent. No phenomena exists truly or inherently. Phenomena come and go in dependence on causes and conditions. So conventionally, phenomena exist because they're dependent arisings. From a seed comes a sprout. And in a similar way, by depending on cultivating loving kindness and compassion, the cause, comes the result, bodhicitta. In dependence on the cause, bodhicitta, comes the result, the practice of the six perfections. And in dependence on the practice of the six perfections, the cause, comes the result of Buddhahood. And we can also think about the aspect of things ceasing. So through cultivating loving kindness, which is an antidote mind, anger is eliminated. And by developing the mind of cherishing others, which is an antidote mind, then the mind of self-cherishing is eliminated. And by developing the wisdom of emptiness, the antidote mind, then ignorance is eliminated. So we can see, we can understand that all the stains, all the faults of samsara can be eliminated. Through meditation on these points, then one can gain the result of a good rebirth. Or through engaging in non-virtuous activities, we can fall to the lower realm. So by our own efforts, we remain bound to gross manifest suffering. Or we can turn our mind to Dharma and create the causes for happiness and a good rebirth. So Chenrezig is praised because he understands these things. Chenrezig is praised because he strives for the welfare of sentient beings who are always in danger of falling to the lower realms. The primary way that he helps is by teaching. And everything that Arya Chenrezig does is for other beings. Zangpo also knows that his own lamas and the lineage lamas and are manifestations of Arya Chenrezig. They are indivisible in nature from Arya Chenrezig. So his teachers too are worthy of the praise that one would give to Chenrezig. Praise for their wisdom, their loving kindness, the skillful means to guide those of varying dispositions, and the continuous enlightened activities. And he pays homage with his 3 doors. We can't see who is Chenrezig, but Arya Chenrezig will and does manifest for us. these teachers are guiding us and all sentient beings. We all have the opportunity to create the causes that lead to liberation and enlightenment. Our bondage to cyclic existence has come about through causes and conditions. So we can eliminate those causes and conditions. We can generate great faith, great confidence that we can succeed in the path. So how are temporary and ultimate happiness attained? By depending on the Buddhas, we can attain a good rebirth as a human or God. And then we can follow the paths to liberation, or the Bodhisattva paths to Buddhahood. So all happiness depends on the Buddhas. We do make effort ourselves, and we can feel that our endeavours are really the cause of our happiness. The work we gain, the friends we develop, the way we work at our own education. However, it's a superficial dependence. To gain an education, we need good friends. It depends on being human, which depends on a good rebirth, which depends on ethical conduct and resources that come from generosity and also patience. To do that, we need to know what to abandon and what to adopt. We've done that in the past. So we have depended on teachers guiding us for the opportunity we have in this life. We need to recognize the guidance that we've been having in countless past lives that enable the happiness we have in this life and the opportunity for further happiness. It's through the guidance of our spiritual teachers that the Buddhas are able to interact with us. So all our temporary happiness and ultimate bliss arise in dependence on the Buddhas. It should become very clear to us how kind the Buddhas are. Their qualities have not the slightest fault at all. And their qualities have been perfected. And they're extremely skillful in guiding beings with different dispositions and abilities. So we learn to appreciate the Buddha's kindness very deeply. So how can we become just like them? It's only by receiving teachings, then reflecting on them, familiarizing with them through meditation, that we achieve happiness and peace. We ourselves need to put what we are taught into practice so it pervades our thinking. So we become very familiar what to abandon and what to adopt. So we become skilled at countering our negative, habitual ways of thinking. We need to meditate on these topics that we hear about again and again, reflecting well, hearing again, reflecting again and meditating to gain a great depth of understanding and realization. So really thinking about the Buddhas in this way and feeling inspired to follow the Mahayana paths. Then we think to practice to hear about and practice and meditate on the 37 practices of a bodhisattva. So the causes that lead to bodhicitta are the 6 causes and 1 effect, bodhicitta. So on the basis of an equal attitude to all, we see that we have an intimate relationship between our friends and family, those that are close to us in this life, in a direct way, but also in each and every life we've had similar direct kindness and indirect kindness. for those people we've depended on and have a relationship with in this life. We really see how they've been kind. How we've needed their help and assistance and protection and love. And that's been true for each and every life. So the third point, we think to repay that kindness, because it's not right to ignore the kindness that's been shown to us. That wouldn't be right even in the world. So we think how wonderful it would be if others were able to have happiness and its causes. I think very strongly, may that come about. And to have happiness, they need to be free of suffering and the causes of suffering. May that truly come about for others. And then with loving kindness and compassion, then taking on the responsibility for others to develop. Taking on the responsibility to bring about their happiness and freedom from suffering. So how are we going to do that? We see that we must commit to strive to become a Buddha, to be able to bring about the benefit for others. So with that thought of bodhicitta, just hold that one-pointedly, strongly determined to aim for enlightenment, to lead each and every living being to that enlightened state. And for that reason, engaging fully in the hearing and reflecting and meditating on the 37 practices of a bodhisattva. What great good fortune. What an incredible opportunity. And may whatever merits that arise from this meditation and doing this course, may that merit go to benefiting other living beings, so they too can meet and feel inspired and complete the path to enlightenment. Janjub Sencho Rinpoche Ma Ke Panyam Ke Gurje Ke Panyam Pa Me Payam Gong Ne Gong Du Pel Ba Shu